Hey everybody, it's Ron with Ron's Computer Videos. How's it going this evening? I hope you're doing well. So the other day, I was thinking about when I pulled out a Mac Plus, I was like, you know what? I wonder how old of a version of the operating system that this can run. And it turns out they can run system software like way back, almost like basically to the original stuff that came out for the Mac. And I was like, well, that's really cool, but I wonder what the system beep is, because I seem to remember on those early machines that basically the sound when you turn the machine on is basically the same sound you would always hear if you got an error message. And then I was like, I seem to remember that changing at some point, but I don't remember at what point it actually changed. But it was a big enough deal that people talked on Usenet about it. And hopefully we will gain some additional understanding of exactly when the sound, like the system alert sound, or the error message, or the error sound, or whatever they called it at your house, when that went from just being the generic, like, chime that is built into the ROM on the Macintosh and became something a little more. Let's go ahead and do a quick rundown of System 1 all the way down through System 9. Here's the System 1 About box. Let's go to the control panel. As you hear, we're just playing the sound file that's being pulled out of ROM. And on these old machines, you would eject the disk and then just switch the power off. There was no restart or shutdown. Okay, System 2, let's take a look. The About box is a little different. Let's look at the control panel. We're still in 400K disk territory, not a lot of extra space, but we do at least have a shutdown menu. Okay, System 3. Control panel. The control panel looks different, but we're still getting that same sound. All right, here's System 4. Let's go to the control panel. Looks a little different. And look, a restart menu. All right, here's System 5. Same sounds. All right, here we are, finally up to System 6. The control panel now has a dedicated sound control panel. $800K floppy, you got some room for some custom sounds now, finally. But how did things look over in System 7? This right here is 755. Let's look at the sound control panel. You'll notice a few changes. And these are probably the sounds that people are most familiar with. System 8, even though it has UI changes, largely matches all the same sounds as System 7. System 9, it's the last version of the classic Mac operating system series, and it does make a few changes.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
All right, let's go ahead and wrap this video up. All right, and that's it. That's all the sounds of versions 1 through 9 on macOS. Now, I did skip out on the System 8 thing. It's okay. They sound exactly identical to the versions that are part of like System 7, so we really weren't out anything, and I feel like trying to respect your time by not sliding that one in, but in any case, if you want to listen to the exact sounds on System 8, you can head over to something like infinitemac.org or boot up the Snow emulator or any of those things and check it out for yourself. But what I would encourage you to do is explore these old machines any way you can. They're a lot of fun, even little simple things like listening to system alerts. That's it. Have a great evening, and as I always say, Apple II forever.